As a leader, your success isn't just about what you do. It's about what you avoid. Some mistakes can quietly undermine your leadership, stalling your growth and damaging team morale. Worse yet, these mistakes don't just impact you, they ripple through the team, your company, and your long-term career prospects. I see this all the time. Leaders who are smart, ambitious, driven, but unknowingly sabotaging their own success. And the worst part? Nobody tells them. People don't always give honest feedback. Believe it or not, people don't always give honest feedback to those in charge. So these mistakes go unnoticed. If not unnoticed, they go unsaid. Until now. In this video, I'll break down the 3 biggest leadership mistakes I see all the time, and more importantly, how to fix them. By making a few key shifts, you're going to strengthen your leadership, build deeper trust with your team, and drive better results. So stick with me until the end, because I'll also share one leadership habit that separates the good from the truly great ones. Let's dive in. This is tempting. It's tempting to believe that handling everything yourself proves your dedication. But true leadership isn't about doing, it's about enabling. Taking on every task limits your effectiveness and fast tracks you to burnout. I've been there myself. This is fact. Early in my leadership career, I thought I had to prove my worth by taking on everything. I worked late, I skipped breaks, and I refused to ask for help. That's embarrassing. Guess what? I wasn't impressing anyone. I was only exhausting myself. Worse, my team started to disengage because they felt like I didn't trust them. Effective delegation isn't about dumping tasks on others, it's about trusting your team to step up. When you delegate well, you're not just lightening your own load, but you're developing future leaders. Micromanaging sends the message that you don't trust your team, which leads to disengagement, which leads to frustration. The best teams thrive when leaders give them space to succeed, give them work to do. So before taking on a task, ask yourself if it's something only you can do. If not, hand it off. The more you focus on high-impact leadership activities, the more effective you become. Think of it this way. If you're always in the weeds, you'll never see the bigger picture. Truth. Many leaders avoid tough conversations to sidestep conflict, but silence doesn't solve problems. It amplifies them. Avoiding issues leads to resentment, inefficiency, and unspoken tensions that quietly erode your team's trust. I once worked with this guy who refused to address a toxic team member. Everyone felt it. The tension, the frustration, the growing resentment. But because leadership didn't step in, the best employees, they started leaving. They started checking out. One tough conversation could have prevented months of damage. Here's a tip. Tough conversations don't get easier with time. You need to address concerns while they're manageable. If an employee is underperforming or creating tension, step in early rather than letting the issue fester. It's not about being harsh. It's about being honest. One way to simplify difficult conversations is by using the SBI model. Situation, behavior, impact. Describe the specific situation, explain the behavior, and share its impact. This approach keeps feedback constructive, objective, and actionable. So instead of saying, "You're not a team player," you can say, "In yesterday's meeting, I noticed you dismissed your colleague's idea without discussion." Listen, that behavior makes it harder for collaboration to thrive. Encouraging direct, honest communication within your team makes tough conversations easier. And your team is going to trust you to lead with fairness. Remember, avoiding the conversation does not make the problem disappear. It only makes the problem worse. It's easy, so easy to get caught up in metrics and KPIs. But without an engaged and motivated team, hitting targets becomes a struggle. Research by Gallup shows that companies with highly engaged teams see 21% higher profitability. That's not a small number. It's proof that people drive results. Your team's development is your responsibility. To help this, you can offer mentorship, feedback, and career growth opportunities. Set up regular one-on-one meetings to discuss not just tasks, but long-term career goals. When employees see that you're invested in their growth, they become more invested in their own work. Believe it or not, a simple thank you or public acknowledgement can significantly boost morale. Studies show that employees who feel valued are more committed, more productive, and more engaged. So let's be real here. When was the last time that you felt overappreciated? Dare I say never? Recognition is free, and it's one of the most powerful tools that we as leaders have in our tool belt. Take the time to understand your team's challenges and aspirations. When employees feel supported, they're more willing to go the extra mile. I do this in my own job as the head of strategy. When I feel recognized, which is all the time, man, I just want to go further. I want to do more. I want to do better for my team, for my leadership team. So leadership isn't just about driving performance. It's about creating an environment where people want to perform. Great leadership isn't about perfection. It's about continuous growth. But okay, before we wrap up, here's the leadership habit that I promised you at the beginning, the one that separates good leaders from the great ones. They ask for feedback. The best leaders, the best managers, don't assume they have all the answers. They regularly check in with their teams and ask, what's one thing I could do better? Now, sounds cheesy. It takes humility, but the insights you'll gain are invaluable. And if you want to go deeper, in the description, check out my leadership bootcamp where I share practical strategies to help you lead with confidence, to help you lead with clarity, just to help you lead better. Once you've done that, I'll see you in that video. Get your coffee. See you there. Ciao.